drink the pea juice.
What do you think about it?
It's great.
I said goddamn!
Cool Whip. Cool Whip, Cool Whip, Cool Whip, Cool Whip, Cool Whip, Cool Whip.
Whiskey.
Whiskey
What the
tangos.
fuck are we talking about? Go ahead. Apocalypse. Spoilers. If you're watching this, you've seen Apocalypse. If you're not, you're lazy as shit, and you need to go see it before you watch this because we're giving away all the good stuff. I like the way that they went into the X-Men intro this time because he just saw that little glimmer of light, and it was like, and like it goes, it goes into that. And every time, I always forget they're gonna do it. It makes me feel like it's the early 2000s again.
That fucking song, when we were done watching it, literally we went out to get a drink and it was like, it's stuck in my fucking head. Like we were just waiting for drinks. It was like, like, can we please get our drink? And then everything was more epic then. Like that, Bryan Singer really did a fucking awesome job picking that. That is forever gonna be the soundtrack for X-Men's life. Because of some fucking morons worshiping him, of course, why would you do like these fucking devil worshippers? He comes out of the pyramid and wants to fuck some shit up. He's like, I've been gone a long time, child.
That was one of the slow parts of the movie too, because I was like, when they go and show Agent Taggart. Is Agent Taggart?
No,
or is that's Beverly Hills Cop?
No, I think she is. She's
Moira. Yeah, when they're showing Moira and she's in the desert digging for bones, like The Exorcist or whatever the fuck.
She's doing some
At that point, I kind of had an epiphany. I was like, man, that's the problem with some of these superhero movies. Like, we know that they're going to be fighting Apocalypse, so I kind of just want them to be like, oh shit, Apocalypse is here, X-Men ready to go, like let's go. It takes so long to get to it. Like it's like a soggy, like you always say, it's like a soggy didiaper. But I mean, it was no more in this movie than any other movie. But I was just like, God, can Apocalypse just fucking get here?
Well, I understand that too, because you just want like once some like the bad shit happens. Like, you want them to jump into Action Jackson mode like fucking Power Rangers and morph up and just immediately have action. Like, it was like that Saturday morning stuff. 20 minutes in, you know you're gonna get something in 10 minutes. But I mean, it wasn't bad. Like, yeah, there is a slow build up with the Apocalypse introduction. I know why they did it. But there are moments though when he's getting like reacclimated to the worldly life. I was like, you're fucking, like, why do you care? You think you're above everybody else anyway.
That's where some of the unintentional comedy from Apocalypse came from, too. We love the movie, by the way.
Yeah,
but some of that unintentional comedy came from Apocalypse. He was like that fish out of water. I felt like I was watching Star Trek, The Undiscovered Country, and, like, Kirk was walking the streets. Because they were paying back to him, and all was like, what does Apocalypse do all day long? Because, like, they would pay him back to him, and he'd be in some basement, and he'd be, like, painting them with his hands. He'd be like,
And he was, like, walking in the marketplace doing nothing.
And Magneto gets a cell phone call from Telekinetic. He's like, Charles? Yeah, I mean, it's just so everydayism. Like, I don't feel like I should see Apocalypse until he's fucking shit up. And like, oh shit, where'd he come from? Seeing him on the rocks just talking and hanging out, it just makes him seem like he's not like this otherworldly guy.
And again, that might be the makeup effects. It just didn't look good on camera.
It looked like shit.
It didn't look good. And I mean, I was surprised because they added the lines in and I thought, okay, well, they fixed some other things. I think they darkened the tone, but it just didn't look good. I don't know why. It just looked rubbery and fake.
Sometimes the camera would catch him. It's like a fat person who's got like a pretty face.
Yeah.
Like it's like people's Facebook photos. Sometimes they would catch him in the perfect light, you know?
And then
it'd be like, oh, he looks good. His eyes would be white and shit. But most of the time, he looked like Muggsy Bogues, Apocalypse. Like, he was too fucking short. All the members of the Horsemen are fucking taller than him. He's got short man syndrome. Oscar Isaac's a badass actor, but he had so much shit caked on him. He was acting deep down there, but you couldn't see it because he had Ivan Ooze on his face.
Bitch guy out of the car looked like Freddie Jackson. I was just thinking about the Janet Jackson. He did. But no,
you look like Janet Jackson.
This bitch guy looked like Freddie Jackson. But no, he really did. I know exactly what you mean. Like when you see that attractive or looks sort of attractive person on a Facebook post or something like that, you're like, damn, I really want to meet them or something. Like you guys hook up,
it's like
and then you see them and you're like, I've been catfished. And that's what happened. I mean, it's still like, again, Oscar Isaac's amazing, and there are moments that Apocalypse delivers lines, and it's fucking great.
His voice sounds badass.
Oh, I love. They do this Exorcist Reagan voice, and he was like, when he starts talking, Charles is like, "Where are you, Charles?" And I was like, "Whoa,
dude!" When they shot off those rockets, dude, and he was like, awesome. "You can shoot for God, but you can't reach him," or whatever the fuck he said. I got tingles in my butt.
I was like, you're dumb because he doesn't live there. He doesn't live on the moon.
What was it he said? Do you remember? Like, you can fire arrows at God, but they'll never reach God.
Yeah, when he was building up to that big speech, and he was talking about no more arrows, no more slings and stones, and he's like launching. And I'm like, whoa, that's a correction.
Yeah, I was like, this is our Independence Day, Bill Pullman.
But yes, he had a great scary voice that was awesome. The way they used the effects on it. And if I was Charles Xavier, there's a moment that Charles continues to hide after he's fucking got beat. I would hide as well. Yeah. If he's like, what? It's like the worst. If somebody found out. A girl's husband came home while you're in the middle of your fucking, and you're like, oh shit, and he's like, sounds like a mean motherfucker, and you're in the closet, and you're like, where is he?
Yeah. And I liked it. It felt like when that scene where Charles he finds him in Cerebro, Because ultimately all this other shit happens. He goes and he finds him with Cerebro, but when his face, when he sees it and his eyes turn black, like Apocalypse is like, oh hello there, and he pulls him in, and then his eyes go black, and he says that I've never felt power like this before.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, man, when you eat a really good burrito, and you can't believe how good that shit tastes.
Would it be power like
you're
that,
scared for it to be over? No, because you eat it slow, because you know when it's over, it's over.
Well, I know
you
exactly.
Don't want it to end.
I know exactly the way that Xavier felt because that was the first time that I ever drank a Red Bull. I'm already hyper anyway, so I took one. I was like, I never felt power like this. I was fucking goddamn jacked. And then, but yeah, it was cool.
Jacked to the tits.
But it was cool. Like, I think we both laughed though. It was the way that the camera shot Apocalypse looking at Magneto when Magneto's connected on a psychic level with Charles. He was like, there it is.
Yeah.
I don't know what it was. I mean, it wasn't meant to be funny. It was meant to be scary. It just didn't work.
I forgot to mention this in the other review too. Like the weird thing about this movie is it gets really, really, really comic booky at certain parts, and it's like this is so cool, fucking X-Men, yay!
Yeah.
But then at the same time, the very next scene it'll be like that was cheesy as fuck.
Yeah.
And it'll be like the scene at the end. I know we're skipping around here, you know how we are.
That's what we do.
But you know the scene at the end where they fight telekinetically. I was kind of bummed out that wasn't real. The scene in the trailer when he gets really fucking big. It was more metaphorical.
Yeah, and why didn't you put that in the movie? Because that's part of Apocalypse power. In the cartoon and shit, he always got giant, huge, and that would have helped also on the short stature. Because if he had just grown like 4 inches or 5 inches,
he's too fucking short,
he'd
man.
be all right.
Yeah,
but yeah, they do that. Like, it is cool to see that Apocalypse is so powerful that he can go into the astral projection world with Charles Xavier and fuck him up on his own turf.
Yeah.
But again, it does get. It's not cringy bad. It's just really, really not goofy. Just
they kind of go into the furthest.
Special effects.
Insidious.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's weird. It's kind of cheesy because like you get what they're trying to say. Like, how do you show somebody fighting with their minds? Because otherwise you just like, fuck. It would look stupid. So what they do is you saw it. They have Apocalypse getting big, and then they have Charles like punching him in the face, like little old Charles, like ah. Yeah, and it just didn't look right. It was weird, but it was cool. But at the same time, it was really comic booky and awesome. Like I could see that coming straight off the pages of X-Men.
I
felt
like
good.
They do introduce. They really introduce Jean Grey's power set at the end of this movie, though, and she becomes a fucking Phoenix, which is badass. It was great. It's like license. But no, it's cool to see her. She comes into the astral realm to help Charles defeat Apocalypse. But the weird thing is, she takes fucking forever. He's begging her. He's like, Jean. I mean, it's like, how many times does he have to fucking ask, bitch? Get your ass in his brain. Because she keeps looking at him. It's like, what? He's like, let it go, child.
It's like a fucking Hodor.
Yeah.
Like, just get up.
It's like literally your fucking friend and professor that's been taking care of you is crying, begging you to help him. You know you can't. He's saying, let it go, and you're not doing anything. You're just looking at him like nothing's going on. Like there's not a creature that's whooping ass outside. But she finally goes in there and he's like, unleash your rage and unleash your power. Don't be afraid. Follow the force. It's calling to you. And she does this fucking thing, and it's cool. You see the outline of the Phoenix.
That's like when you're trying to take a shit in a public place and you're waiting on someone to leave.
Yeah,
and they close the door and you're like, unleash your power.
Unleash the Kraken.
Everything they have built will fall from my butt.
Yep. Blop, blop, blops.
But no, when you saw the Phoenix,
that's what I was talking about.
That was so cool.
And it looked like a Journey album. But it was cool.
Like the crow when he went to his water parks.
But that ultimately is what destroys Apocalypse, because they all team up at the end because they all realize how wrong they've been. Again, we're skipping around. We're not giving you the full details. Magneto originally joins with the Horsemen, and he recruits everybody because they all think they've lost something. They think he's the true guy that's going to guide them now. And his whole goal is just the strongest to survive. That's what he wants. He wants the ones with the most power.
He's Hitler.
So so at the end, Storm flip-flops. She gets, these motherfuckers winning now. Fuck it, I'm gonna be on their team. And she lightning bolts his ass. Magneto comes back, that was a corny thing, but I liked it. Magneto's earlier was trying to destroy the Earth, and he gets convinced by Mystique and his son, which Quicksilver doesn't reveal it to Magneto that I'm your son, but
I wanted him to.
Yeah, it almost happens.
It's like, say it, bitch!
It didn't happen.
I don't know, bro!
Yeah, that was funny. But he throws these beams to block Apocalypse from entering in and killing him. It's an X. I'm like, wow. I was like, I know I'm watching next to the movie. I was like, I don't need that.
That's the thing. The flip-floppy shit bothered me in this fucking movie, okay?
Well, the only one that didn't was Psylocke. Psylocke did stay out of it. She was like,
she's fucking sexy as shit, man.
She is.
But she's too good for that. But no, that was the problem. Like, everybody flip-flopped. Not only was the flip-flop a problem for me, like, I understand Magneto. I was glad that he did. But Like
Storm.
at the end, when Storm is all they're in that green shiny field and they're just building the house together, like fucking Home Builders Association. They're putting the house together, and they're like, and Evan Peters like, I think I'll hang around for a while, and then Storm's like, me too. It's like 5 fucking minutes ago you were trying to end the goddamn world.
Jail?
Charles needs to fucking lock his shit down. He needs to have some fucking standards for his students.
You know what else funny?
You can't walk in off the street after trying to commit genocide of the entire world and just decide that you're gonna be an X-Men.
Yeah, don't you have standards anymore?
There has to be some sort of price to pay for what you've done.
It's a secret clubhouse and not everybody's invited.
And by the way, Storm is a mass murderer.
Yeah, but
is that weird?
Yeah, but I'm not gonna attack Storm too much because Storm is a fan favorite, and I do like Storm. I just didn't like you're right there. The characterization, the representation of that character in this movie, particularly, didn't live up to the expectation that I had for Storm. So that's our opinion about it. But it's not that she's not a great character. It was weird how they wrote that in. It was just it felt too choppy. The other thing was, I will say that the moment that
they respect on your school, Charles.
Put it on that fucking name. It's called Gifted Youngsters.
Put the respect on your school's name.
But when they are building, when Magneto comes back over to the light side again, it's like that's a never-ending story, and it's like just fucking make up your mind.
Curious.
It's like, are you Jedi or are you Sith? I don't know. Which pick out. And then Jean Grey's helping him build it. I felt like I was watching like a how-to on Minecraft. it was like this shit. I was like, wow, what can they do? So that was just a weird little thing that was in there. But it was like again that just the way it got moved with the other kind of bad guys that are now good guys got chopped in a way. Yeah. So Psylocke disappears into the night, being sexy and going to fuck Rogers later. Archangel doesn't. I didn't see him. I don't know what happened to him. Like he does his spin attack.
Can I say fuck Angel, man?
Yeah,
like,
and the weird thing about his metal wings, I don't even know what the fuck. It was cool to see, like when Apocalypse gets his guys, he imbues you with more power, so he just increases your power set. It's like he broke his fucking ribs, and then like then the metal came from his skin. Like what the fuck?
It looked cool shit.
It looked awesome, but I just don't know how you got that.
Yeah, it's like this again, like with these shots where they pan back to Apocalypse just hanging out. It was corny as shit. Like, you know what I mean, like, but that one scene that was cool when he would go up to him and be like, feel this shit.
Yeah.
Like that. What if you did that to a girl at a bar? She's like, what are you doing? And you're like, I'm making you stronger.
Now he's like, I just gave you an orgasm, and you didn't even see it coming.
That's great.
It is, but
it's sexual harassment.
It is a sexual harassment, but it's Apocalypse. He can do what he wants. He shot fucking missiles at God on the moon.
I did like the scene where he was like, and like would put people in the ground and shit, or put people in the wall.
He was rapey in certain scenes.
He was very fucking rapey.
He was rapey his face. Like when he goes in talking, looking for, he goes into Caliban's office. Caliban experience pretty cool, and Psylocke's in there, and he's like. She's like, she does her fucking cool, psychic knives or whatever. And she's like, who are you looking for? And he's like, I'm looking for you. And it's like this weird fucking, ooh, damn. Yeah. And then he's like, feel it. And then she was like, yeah, I feel it. And then not to mention the fact that he's calling Magneto his child, which I didn't like that. I was like, Magneto's not your child.
Yeah, put some respect on Magneto.
Stop that. You keep having that respect.
I know.
And it was cool to see, he takes Magneto back to the first earlier part. You remember when Magneto got his powers from the concentration camp? He takes him back there, you see some cool shit, and he tells him like, you have all this amazing power. I don't think he gives him anything. He just tells him that you can move the earth itself.
He tells him like touch the ground, hot potato.
There you go.
But that's the thing. Like the recruitment was way too easy. Like how does someone in a 5-second conversation go, yeah, I think I would like to end the world, and then all of a sudden they're on his team. I mean, I know, but he said he doesn't have any influential power like Charles does.
No, he can't control it. I think what it was, I think that some of them were just greedy. Like I think they correctly displayed the greediness or the self. Into his own kind of thing in Archangel, because he just seems like the kind of douchehead that would be like, I like to drink and get drunk and listen to Billy Idol in '83 and fuck the world.
Smoking, snorting, drinking,
storing up your fucking arms. But no, he just seemed like that, and then Psylocke wanted more power, so she was probably addicted to power.
She's just a bitch.
The only
I
one,
get her. She's like, fuck the
But the only one that actually made sense, again, was Michael Fassbender's Magneto. The motivation.
The best story.
He was a broken guy, so obviously...
Himmlick. No, Himmlick.
I think it was funny, there was a scene, but see, Apocalypse just, preyed on that. He preyed on his brokenness. So he's like, it's like Seether. Seether was constantly going at Magneto's head. But it's like he preyed on that and he got him over to his side. And there was one scene in the factory with Henrik, is what he's going by, because he's trying to live a normal life until they until they fucking kill his family, the dumb bastards. I know, we'll get to that, but he comes to the factory because he's gonna take revenge on his fucking factory workers because they ratted him out to the cops. And he's like getting ready to kill him, and then Apocalypse just boom tombs up. It's like, what's up, bro? And he's like, just don't think you're gonna stop me from killing these men. He's like, oh. And he's like, And I was like, damn. He puts him in the floor, and he was like, okay.
Dude, you know what that scene was? And when Zod, or that's what I was gonna, when Apocalypse, when Apocalypse shows up with his motley crew, like, and he just like teleports places. It's so corny looking, man, because it felt like Zod when like those people would show up in their outfits and be like, we will go to Houston and we will rule.
That's exactly. You know what? When you mentioned Ivan Ooze, didn't Ivan Ooze show up in a similar way? Didn't he show up in like those little purple tunnels? Like I think he did, dude. And it would always make that like sucking butt noise.
Jake Gyllenhaal's boy bubble.
It was like. He was just like,
that's so bad, man. I don't know how they.
I mean, I'm sorry, we're attacking the shit out of Apocalypse. I mean, but it doesn't look as good as it could have been. And then, okay, so what Mike was talking about, these assholes, how they kill his fucking family, is earlier on in the day, Henrik, aka Eric, aka Magneto, aka Awesome, was having a normal day at the factory. This fucking steaming pile of fucking shit was gonna fall on this dude, and use his power to push it away, save the guy's life, goes home, finds out the cops are waiting for him, has got his daughter outside with him.
Y'all need to watch your fucking kids. Man.
Yeah,
she shouldn't have been in the goddamn woods playing by herself.
He was trying to get his family together anyway to run away because he knows he'd used his powers. He comes out there, and the fucking cops, they give his daughter back. He gives up peacefully. Like Magneto says, "Fuck it, I'll come in peacefully." And he's.
But you knew some bad.
Yeah, and then but his daughter, who was a mutant, I thought she was Scarlet Witch at first. I was like, is that Scarlet Witch? Because she was like doing her eyes and she was screaming, and these fucking birds start coming down and attacking. He's like, she can't control her powers. She's scared, and this dumb shit's like, whoops, and lets his bow and arrow go and tomahawks her ass and
fucking
kills not only kills him or his daughter, but his fucking wife. It's double kill. I mean, I was like,
Halo double kill.
It was a double
That's
kill.
Fucked up.
I know it was
fucked up as a kid.
And he didn't mean it, but as soon as he do it, then he takes his daughter. And he's like my babies, and that part got me. When he was
I want to see a YouTube video, dude, where someone shows that scene. And you just hear in the background, double kill,
triple kill, quadruple kill. Fuck yeah! I was like old school.
That's the most fucked up thing I've ever said.
But anyway, he does it with one arrow.
Yeah.
And he's reusable. So, but anyway, yeah, it is fucked up. And that scene where he's like grabbing his, I
got teary. I didn't expect that kind of emotion to be brought to this movie. I expected it in Days of Future Past, but I didn't expect that. And when that happened, I was like, God damn, Michael Fassbender, you're great.
So his fucking storyline, like you said, was the best in the fucking movie. Like everything about him makes sense. Because she's focused so much on in the trailers, and they kind of try to revolve the X-Men story around her. We'll talk about it really quick. I don't want to necessarily. Not that I hate her. I just don't think she's that important. For me, it's Mystique. I like Jennifer Lawrence.
They make her so important.
I know. I love Jennifer Lawrence. I think her portrayal of Mystique is great. Raven's is whatever. But dude, it's not like Mystique is like the centerpiece of every X-Men. I don't understand what the fascination is with her.
And that's the problem. I think that I was going to get into this for a second anyways. This is going to be a chance to rant for just a second.
Segue in.
Ding, put the dick
Exit.
in. Well, put my dick in.
She's going to put your dick up in it.
I'm going to like my erection selection.
Where are we going? You sounded like gay chefs. Gay French chefs.
The balls in the face.
The balls in the face.
Okay. The croissant.
Croissant. Oh God.
Okay. Anyways, Jesus Christ.
Mystique.
French cream.
Desserts are the best.
Pillowy puffs.
Ooh.
Stop.
Marshmallows.
Okay.
Pillowy ass.
The pudding pops. The pudding pops.
The pudding pop. Put that pudding in the pot.
What the fuck?
I don't know what's happening.
It's a gay French Cosby.
Oh. Okay, stop. I just hit myself to stop it.
Problem I have with Bryan Singer sometimes is I love Bryan Singer. He brought us Days of Future Past. He's done some amazing shit. He is X-Men. I mean, but the problem I have with him too is I have a lot of problem with his aesthetic choices and casting choices. He does so good with some things, but then again, I don't like the fact that we're always obsessed with kids. It seems like we're always obsessed with kids in these movies. Like I want the fucking adult X-Men. I want the core group of X-Men at the X-Mansion. I want the students to be in the background, and I want to have Wolverine smoking a cigar and making sexual references towards a big titty Jean Grey.
Anyway, I know what you mean. Like you want more of an adult X-Men.
Yeah, and I'm tired of the kid shit. And like even Jean Grey, like the actors he picks are good actors and actresses, but they don't embody it the way that I see it. I still love the movies. I'm just thankful that we have them.
You just want more cartoony.
Yeah, I'm just
like not cartoony, but the show.
Yeah, I want it to be more of like I disagree with the way certain things looks. I thought that Ty Sheridan as Cyclops, Ty Sheridan's a good actor. I didn't like his characterization of Cyclops though. He wasn't serious and dickish enough.
Maybe we're jumping to conclusions. Maybe we're not giving it a chance to build because
it's gonna be that way later.
Yeah, not just that though. I mean, he's starting young.
I want to see them be grown up now. God damn it.
By the way, Ty Sheridan, when he plays the part of Cyclops, we already talked about that a minute. Like he is not like the self-assured guy that he's supposed to be as he is later on, and like the leader of the X-Men, and I have no fucking humor, and I have a big dick, and I put it in that girl, and you don't have her at Wolverine. He doesn't do that yet. He's not the smartass that we know and love. He's getting there. He is rambunctious and wild, but I kind of like that.
He's more rebel. He's almost too rebel.
I kind of like it though. I kind of like that personality of it because you can see that the tremendous burden of leadership probably falls on him, and it erases all of his humor. Like he's just like, I've got to be serious and take care of my team. And by the way, his brother Alex Summers, we don't talk about him too much because he wasn't in it. I thought he was actually going to be a part of the team. He supposedly dies, which I guess puts Cyclops on the edge to say, okay, I really got to step up now. So that probably erased a lot.
Does he really die?
I don't know. I mean, I think he comes back in X Factor, but we'll find out. Which would be cool to see Havoc and fucking with Deadpool. Done. So, talking about the cool thing that's gonna go on now is the cameo.
Just
what? I already did the cool thing.
I know. I gotta go back.
All right, now we're gonna go back to the cool.
I gotta go back. I do want to say that I think that Cyclops' visor looks like shit. I think it looks like something that you would take the tickets to at Gaddy Town and get a little shitty plastic visor. I think it looks like shit.
It does look like a Mardi Gras mask.
I hate it. Yeah.
Where's the beads? But it's still, I like it.
That's like as much as I love what Singer's done, I disagree with who he focuses on, and I disagree with his aesthetic choices for the outfits and stuff like that. A lot of the stuff I don't like. But let's talk about one thing that's fucking perfect.
I do like when the visor though that does it, the Mardi Gras thing, like I said. But it is cool when the uniforms you're talking about aesthetically. He's doing away with the Matrix costumes they had in the X-Men movie. Even though I did like Cyclops' visor a lot better than that one. But if you notice, it's a lot more like First Class. They've got colors and shit in them.
But we talked about this too. Like I would rather see them just go balls out and kind of do more like the show was. You know.
I'd love to see Wolverine. And speaking of Wolverine, speaking of the devil.
The best fucking scene in the movie, and I'm gonna say this right now. I'm gonna have to go back and look at it and really make my strong decision that no one gives a shit about. But I'm gonna say this right now. I think that this was my favorite moment of the entire summer of comic book movies so far.
Definitely.
Fucking Weapon, goddamn X.
He lives.
Oh my god.
And not just the fact that he was Hugh Jackman as Wolverine one more time to fucking see him in that environment, he fucking murders and kills it. He's wearing the mask, he's wearing the fucking underwear belt with the lights and shit, he's got the screws and shit. Literally, the fucking Weapon X guy that we all know from the cartoon and the comic books, he's fucking dressed up just like that.
That's exactly right. His hair, dude, he even had the mangy ass fucking hair and he ran around like a wild man. He had those fucking plugs in him. Dude, he looked just like the fucking KB Toys toy. And the little shitty bags, like,
I love that toy too.
That toy is fucking awesome.
And the thing about it, he really, is that whole I mentioned it earlier to Mike, but the the fucking cage that he's in, it reminded me of, I don't know why I was thinking KGB, I think it's about the Russians, but the cage reminded me of the raptors from fucking Jurassic Park. It's like, and he actually raptors the way the destruction that he does, it's like a raptor just went there and fucked shit up.
He goes fucking berserk.
And they knew it too, like when Jean and them discover him in that cage and they let him go, she's like, what's in there? He's like, it's gotta be an animal. He's like, no, it's man. And she's like, shit's gonna get real.
He's in the ground.
Yeah. I was like, first off, if I was those guards that ran in there and that thing was sliding up and I could hear the motherfucker and he steps out, like, no. I'd run. I mean, why would you even try to fight it?
I think that was my favorite Wolverine moment ever, dude.
It was cool.
It was so fucking
And
amazing.
when he was breaking out, Jean has that moment where she touches his mind and gives him back a little piece of his past, which leads probably later on when he finds the X-Men because she says your name is Logan. And then I was just thinking it'd be funny if, like, after being locked up all the time, he said, I want a French fryer. I gotta pee. Like, that's the deepest thought.
Yeah, we were talking about this earlier. It would be funny if when she went into his brain and would listen to his thoughts, all that you heard was, "Do you want to suck my cock, berserker?"
Diaper heads. But yeah, but it was one of the best sequences I've ever seen in my life. And everybody else, Mike got fucking excited. He's like slapping me. I was like, oh my god, I know. Looking around, there's no
I don't get that excited in theaters. Like, I always laugh at people when something happens. They're like, oh my god, dude, look! And like when it's like something stupid, like something from Ant-Man or something. I like Ant-Man, but this actually, it's shocking.
You fucking fapped it out.
I didn't even fucking think about it. Yeah, you couldn't have got to the Batmobile fast enough.
You have to rub it out.
I was full on geek fapping the shit.
I was like, literally, when you see him step out, because the camera pans up slowly, and he was in it a lot more than I thought he was going to be, because I just thought it was going to be like a little flash, but no, you can't, and when he gets all the way to his face, you're like, I have an erection forever. And the only thing that was terrible about it is, like, he's so cool, and he's awesome to see on film again like this. It's like, I know you're not going to stay around. You're going to be gone in 2 minutes.
Makes you sad.
And you're like, give me your hand.
It's like when you're eating a burrito that tastes really good, but you know it's going to be over soon, so you're sad.
Yeah, it's sad. But it was one of the greatest moments of all time.
It really was. It really was. And they successfully did Wolverine's Weapon X origin story in 5 minutes in a way that X-Men Origins couldn't do at all. Like you said, I love the fact that she gets the way that he meets Jean Grey for the first time, and she says, I give him some of his memories back. It totally sets the whole thing into fucking motion. Hardcore,
weird though.
Amazement.
Jean Grey's a kid, and you know he's looking at her. He's like, I want to like try to have sex with you later.
I was thinking that too. Yeah,
that was just weird. I don't know. I mean, I know he's not supposed to age.
Sans has been through enough, dude. She can still
Don't
pull
you
what
do that
Ramsey
Bolton
did.
shit.
She can't handle the
Yeah, and
dessert
not to
right
mention
now.
that instead of that bolt, he's got claws. So what can he do? Like, it's a lot of things. But anyhow, moving from that, let's talk
Fucking
about.
amazing though. God.
Yeah, great.
Thank you for that moment.
It was worth it.
X-Men
Totally, if the movie
franchise.
sucked ass, just for that, it's worth it.
Yeah.
So I want to talk about another badass fucking sequence, like one of the coolest sequences I've ever seen.
I know what I'm talking about, man.
I'm gonna give it to
They're
him.
talking about that sweet dream?
X gonna give it to you.
Yeah.
I said it really redneck. It's more like Cotton Eye Joe.
X gonna get to you.
Cotton Eye Joe give it to you.
X gonna get to
He
you.
gonna give it. Quicksilver reintroduction into the X-Men universe comes in with a fucking bang. Literally, you know how they started that one song, "Time in a Bottle." This time it's the Eurythmics, and they're singing "Sweet Dreams Are Made of This." Everything's like just the way he bounces up right away. You see this Twinkie floating, and Jean Grey and Cyclops coming up in the car, and the house is just blown up, right? It's getting ready to explode, and he's looking around like, "What the fuck is going on?" Like, I just got here, and everything's doing that slow mo again, and dude. From there on, it's just wild and crazy kid fun.
Yeah.
Like, it's fucking the coolest thing I've ever seen. Like, not the coolest thing, it's one of the coolest things I've ever seen. But dude, the way it's shot, verbatim, one of the coolest like action sequences
And
I've
it
ever
just
seen on
keeps
film.
going and going and going. Yeah, one of the like they took the scene from the first one. You wouldn't have ever thought that they could make that
Expanded
cooler.
it.
And they made it so long and just so fucking awesome and so 80s. The song was fucking perfect. The way he looked and acted was perfect.
That was awesome.
I love him when he's in the pit down there. He's like, "We don't know, bro."
Yeah.
Like, he's perfect, and we talked about this too. This Evan Peters as fucking
Peters.
Quicksilver. When you look back at Marvel's Avengers 2 version of Quicksilver, it's embarrassing
It's really bad.
how much better this one is.
Marvel
Like,
should have left it
oh
alone.
my
Like
God, man.
after they introduced him as Quicksilver, Marvel should be like, nope.
It's fucking embarrassing, dude. Like, I actually got, you know, how, like, you watch someone on American Idol and they suck when they sing?
Yeah.
When I watch how great this one is, and you look back at what Marvel tried to do with theirs, I get the same feeling.
It's kind of like
I
it's
get
kind of
embarrassed.
like an artist that does a song originally and then somebody else covers it and they do a way fucking better job. And you're like, you son of a bitch.
Yeah.
It's like, why did I even try? Why do I even try? Get your own life. Do your own thing. It's like from Rock Show.
Should have let that one go, Marvel.
Yeah, but anyway, yeah, the guy is amazing. Like, he owns that fucking role. And when I said Michael Fassbender and him are like one of the main attractions to this, besides the cameo from Wolverine, I'm not lying. Like, literally every scene he's in is great.
Yeah.
He completely owns the character. He knows the character. That sequence alone. Again, I mean, I can't get over how cool it was to watch. I don't know what it would be like. We didn't see it in 3D, so I don't know what that would be like, but it's just like the way he saves everybody and the way that he's going through there. And there's one scene where he like, and there's funny moments too. Like, he's going up there and this guy's getting ready to kiss his girl and he's got his mouth open. He's like, oh.
Yeah.
And he's like, boom. He's like, fucking throw you away. And then not just that though. Evan Peters' portrayal of that of Quicksilver. There's even small moments that people would miss when they're on that plane and they're all talking about how they're nervous and they're getting ready to go. And he was like, yeah, lots has changed for me too. After we come here, he's like, no, I'm just kidding. I still live in my mom's basement because I'm a loser. Like, it makes it actually.
Him as that character is
Yeah.
becoming as iconic and perfect as like the Tony Stark.
Yeah, or
as
Steve
Robert Downey
Ryan
Jr.
or Chris Evans is. But it's so genuine. Like, I think that's the
Yeah.
word I'm looking for. He's got a genuine portrayal of Quicksilver, which is it's real. It's just like Fassbender does with Magneto, and just like McAvoy does with Xavier. Couldn't ask for a better guy for that part. So.
Absolutely. Is that? I mean, I think we've mostly covered
Well,
it.
we'll talk about the end sequence, like the big final battle. I mean, the special effects are really good. I mean, there's a lot going on. There are flip-flops. We talked about that in the non-spoiler review. There's not really. I don't think. I'm trying to think if there's. Oh, okay. I know what we'll talk about.
What?
Let's talk about that bonus.
That
That
bonus.
Bonus time. Bonus chicken. That's like the extra fry that you get at the bottom of your bag. You're like,
It's always good.
got it.
Yeah.
Got him. Never mind. So the bonus scene happens. You see a guy.
Yesterday, checkers.
You see a guy walking in. He's got glasses on. Bad guy vibe, obviously, and he's got like two dudes with him. And he goes over, and it's in the Department H, like the facility that they kept Wolverine in. He goes over to a container and pulls out Weapon X blood and puts it in with other containers. And then he closes the briefcase ever so slightly, and it says Essex. It's Nathaniel Essex. It's fucking sinister.
We called that shit.
I love it's amazing. I mean, I can't believe they actually went through with it because I didn't know it was gonna actually happen. But again, I mean, you can't have Apocalypse without Mr. Sinister.
Yeah.
And it's cool that you saw the little vials because he's obsessed with Jean Grey and Cyclops making the ultimate mutant, but he gets Weapon X, and it's all about. Which I had to relook it up today. I didn't know that he's not a mutant. Mr. Sinister is a man that was imbued. He's a geneticist that's fucking crazy, and he gave himself gifts. I want him to work on me. I want powers. But anyway,
Everything special about you came out of a bottle.
the best part of you ran down your mom's ass. But anyway,
Put on the soup.
that's terrible. That's very mean. I'm sorry. I hope it didn't.
Mom's ass.
Does that be Hodor? Anyway, so It's cool to see Nathaniel Essex in it, and like again, it's leading. I'd like to see a Mr. Sinister movie because they're going to focus on. And by the way, we didn't talk about this I just really quick. I like that Singer's going back though. I know you don't like the young stuff that much. I actually like though that they're all the young like.
I know you don't like the young stuff, but try this DVD out.
Dirty fucking minds. But I like how he's focusing more and giving Cyclops more screen time because that was one of the biggest things I thought sucked.
Yeah, but dude, here's the thing. Like, okay, this movie comes out. Say they take 5 years to make the Mr. Sinister sequel. Say they take 5 years to make it. And Ty Sheridan has 5 years until he gets there, right?
Yeah.
Or maybe he's a little bit older looking at it, and that's fine or whatever. And he does a good job as the character. But man, when you look at Cyclops is a fucking man's man. Ty Sheridan's kind of frail, little kind of sort of skinny dude.
Yeah.
I want a fucking buff, like a huge, like a superhero motherfucker.
Yeah.
And I don't see that.
You need a hero. You need a hero.
I need a hero.
But no, I mean I know what you're saying. You just want a man's chest that you can lay your head down
dude,
into. No, I'm just saying. I mean, it's
I want to rest my head between them pets.
There you go. Lovely.
Smell baby oil.
Lovely. And then whispers sweet nothing.
Rub him down with ice cubes before he goes out on WWE Monday Night Raw.
And then powder your butt and put you to bed.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, I
slowly
think,
tickle your butt with a feather.
Why wouldn't he? Who doesn't like that before they go to sleep? Ooh, now some fun for me. But no, anyhow, I think what they're doing with Cyclops though is they're making him, you know, the burden of leadership that he becomes is
better, stronger, faster.
He'll get there.
Jason Bourne. So that's our review, guys. We both gave it an 8.5. I loved it. I think it's right up there to me. It fits perfectly with Batman vs Superman and Civil War this summer. I think they're all three got some problems. They all fall a little bit short of their goal of exactly reaching what they wanted to reach. But at the end, they're all really, really fun and entertaining comic book movies where a lot of important shit happens. Maybe not so much in Civil War,
they definitely set up movies for the future.
Absolutely.
They introduce enough people, and Psylocke goes away, and you don't know what happened to her, and Archangel's not available. There's definitely cool stuff.
I get what you're saying. If you say that it disappointed you, you wanted more, you're disappointed with Apocalypse. I get that stuff. To say this is a bad movie overall, though, you're stupid.
Yeah. Fucking glutton.
Have your opinion, but I think
it's like if your mom just made your favorite fucking dinner and you're like, can I have more, Mom? This fucking sucks. And she's like, I thought you said it sucks. She's like, I want more, bitch. And like, just be happy with it. It's fun, it's exciting, it's there, it's different, it's new. It's not the old X-Men that sucked. It's not Last Stand, it's not Origins. It's fucking a new chapter of X-Men, and I love it. I'm actually loving where they're going with the whole thing, so hopefully it gets into Sinister and maybe they get a little darker. Because this was a dark-ish movie. It's not as dark as Days of Future Past, but I hope they get there again. Like, I want, imagine Sinister and oh shit, we didn't mention, well, we did in the non-spoiler. Phoenix is introduced. We talked a little bit about
that.
Okay, but that is going to be cool because that's the whole Dark Phoenix storyline with Sinister. I mean, and then Cable, dude. If he comes in for Deadpool, Cable is the future son of so many fucking
Maybe bring
things.
Bishop back in the mix a little bit. It's going to be crazy, everyone. It's going to be crazy.
Cray.
You're not even going to know. Frosted Flakes for everyone.
Ooh, Frosted Flakes, my fave.
They're great. What the fuck is going on? We love your fucking faces. Comment below. Let us know what you guys think about all this shit. Feel free to say whatever the hell you want to say or do whatever the hell you want to do. We love your faces. If you're new to the channel, click that subscribe button and get some goddamn wham up in you.
Captain.
Please.